Hey guys, welcome to another day in the life of a girl who sells her farts in a jar. And people have been asking me for proof, and the proof is in the pudding. Oh my god!
Today is a historic day. Today marks the lowest point that humanity has ever reached. Society has achieved levels of human desperation that scientists never thought would be possible. Now at this point, I'm assuming you've read the title, and I'm guessing that you're hoping I'm gonna say that you've been pranked or you've been clickbaited perhaps. No, this is real life. Meet Stephanie Matto, a woman who makes her living by selling her jarred farts. Now I usually start these videos off by giving a bit of background, but I mean, do I really need to explain the situation here? I feel like it kind of speaks for itself, so we're just gonna get into the video. Please subscribe.
Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you a day in the life of a girl who sells her farts in a jar. So I like to get things rolling with some beans, a protein muffin, sometimes even a yogurt. Less sugar is better, some hard-boiled eggs, and today I decided I was going to make myself a protein shake with some yogurt added to it, and oh, I was feeling it for sure.
Okay, so we're only 20 seconds in and I'm already regretting making this video. I mean, it obviously existed before this, but I just never considered that getting ready for work for some people meant preparing your bowels to fart all day.
While I wait for those farts to develop, I like to read. I'm very smart, love to read. And then after I'm ready to go, I go ahead and, do my work, do my job. I don't need to show you that, guys, but I like to add in little flower petals. I feel like they attach the scent and make it last longer. And when I'm finally finished with my jar, I like to leave a personalized note.
I mean, look, I'm really not trying to shame anybody, but if you are this starved for any sort of human interaction that you will buy a jarred fart, I honestly think you might just need some help at that point. Like, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that this is not normal human behavior. There needs to be a full-blown study on this woman's customers.
Hey guys, welcome to another day in the life of a girl who sells her farts in a jar. Since my last TikTok, I've completed over 100 more orders, and people have been asking me for proof, and the proof is in the pudding.
Okay, so obviously girls making a crazy amount of money through stuff like OnlyFans is nothing new, but I'm gonna go on the record saying that I do not believe this, and I'm gonna show you why shortly using math. But just kind of keep these numbers in mind, and I'm gonna show you why I don't think they're real.
Look at that. You are welcome. So today started off very early. I had a radio show interview that was based in Mumbai, India, so had to be up at 4 a.m. to get my hair and makeup ready so I'd look sexy for the fart buyers of India, who are one of my biggest demographics. I really want to thank the people of India for their generosity and kindness.
Okay, so a couple issues with this. She said she got up at 4 a.m., yet it is obviously midday outside. Believe it or not, the sun is not quite out at 4 a.m., so unless she's just lying about this or filmed it at a different time, I don't think this ever happened. And then secondly, apparently she's only been selling these for a few weeks at this point. And I know she was on 90 Day Fiancé before this, but I mean, nobody watches that show. So why would she be getting offers to be on a radio show in a different country? It just doesn't make sense. Oh, and by the way, I don't think she's mentioned it, so I will. She's supposedly selling these jars for $1,000 each.
And after I finished doing my interview and scheduling all of my future interviews, I decided to have my morning cup of coffee and began my first step of fart selling. And today I'm working on a brand new recipe for farts. This one involves a big block of cheddar cheese, so we'll see how it goes. This was requested by one of my clients. Yeah. We'll see how it ends up. Hopefully I don't get too constipated. Then I spend a portion of my day working on my fart jar NFTs that are launching in just a couple weeks.
Okay, so now any belief I did have in this woman is completely gone out the window. Anybody who's trying to create an NFT is just trying to run a get money quick scheme. I really would not be surprised whatsoever if she didn't just start this fart jar ruse to get attention for these NFTs, so she could start money laundering for some reason, because that's all NFTs are used for.
And after that, I have some shipments to drop off at the post office. So my farts are developing, gotta kill some time, gonna make these shipments go out so that my clients have their farts in time for Christmas.
Alright, so first off, could we just acknowledge that that is probably the saddest sentence ever said in human history? I mean, imagine asking for a fart jar for Christmas. And secondly, all of these clips are very obviously staged, which I mean, I guess to some people that could be interpreted as a day in the life, but I mean, generally in a day of the life video, you show what you actually do. I mean, at no point did she show herself actually filling these orders. Not literally, I mean like electronically. And then she never shows what she does at the post office. She just shows herself loading a single box into her trunk. I'm telling you, I just don't buy this. But there's no way people are buying these for thousands of dollars. I mean, I just looked it up and Bella Delphine sold her bathwater for $30 and people actually knew who she was.
And then I get home and I'm actually kind of feeling sad today because I got a phone call from one of my family members who thinks that I am an embarrassment and told me that I should stop selling my farts because it's giving my family a bad name. But you know what? I feel sad, but then I sit under my Christmas tree looking at my account and know that it's better to be sad and rich than to be sad and poor.
So this is the tone of most of her videos, and I will tell you just from experience, a great way to know if a person is actually rich instead of just acting rich is how often they bring it up. The more a person talks about money, generally the less they have of it. And it only gets worse from here.
I made $45,000 in 1 week selling my jars of farts. And ever since my last TikTok went viral, I've been getting a lot of questions such as, how long do the farts last? Did I really fart 97 times in 2 days? Who buys my farts and why? And what are some of my tips and tricks?
Okay, so here's the main reason I don't really believe this. I feel like if she was really getting this many orders, she would have been able to pull up a better screenshot than one order for a half-priced fart jar. My god, I cannot believe I just said that sentence. But if you recall in the last video, she showed a screenshot where only one transaction was for these fart jars. You'd think she would have tried to find a better screenshot if there was one. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure she's making decent money from whatever she's doing, but I feel like she's definitely inflating it to some degree, but she really does come off as a person who's made a bunch of money in a short amount of time, and now thinks that she's like a billionaire or something.
So the first question I get asked a lot is, how long do the farts last? And the smell is most prominent for the first 2 days, but as I like to say, one whiff makes memories that last a lifetime. Now, why do people buy my farts in a jar? I honestly think it's because I have a really good personality.
Ah, yeah, that's probably it. I think now's a good time to mention that I'm not hating on this woman. I just think she's lying, but I don't really care what she does for money. If she's actually making this kind of money from doing what she's doing, I mean, would you not do that?
I think you're great, but I think you're being exploited.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't mind. As long as I get paid for it.
Okay, so I thought this one would be a good one to end on. This is kind of what I was talking about earlier, how she really harps on how much money she's made and how rich she is all the time. Now look, I don't know how 90 Day Fiancé pays. I'm guessing not that well. TLC is pretty notorious for paying their people nothing. But that car she showed earlier was a Porsche Taycan Turbo, which are about 200 grand off the lot. And she said she's made about 130,000 from these jars so far. That's before taxes, by the way, so she's really gonna end up with like 80 grand if she's made that much. So you're telling me off 80 grand you've bought a $200,000 car and you're implying that you've bought more cars and a house? Yeah, this is why I think she's just acting rich and isn't in reality. Well guys, what do you think? Don't get me wrong, I know that men exist that are sad enough to spend money on something like this, but I don't know, this woman seemingly came out of nowhere talking about this. It all just seems kinda too good to be true for me. I just really don't know what to think. Let me know if you believe it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and walk on over to that subscribe button and touch it. It's free. It won't cost you anything. But for now, that's all I have for you today. Bye.
Subscribe.